Hey everyone, welcome to Nerds Talk. This is a special edition of a discussion on that crazy surprise Nintendo Direct that just dropped out of nowhere. The 35th anniversary of Mario Brothers has happened. They've done a Direct focusing on it, and wow, am I shocked at the amount of news that they dropped. I called it. We talked about rumors and speculation and talked about the 3D All-Stars. Now, the initial thought was that 3D Mario World or Mario 3D World would be included in the bundle. It turns out it's not. We also thought that potentially Galaxy 2 would be included in the bundle, and that also is not. So it's a 3-game bundle instead of a 4-game bundle of Mario 64, Super Mario Sunshine, and of course, the awesome Mario Galaxy Part 1. So a great announcement, phenomenal game. I cannot wait to get my hands on it. They kept the visual look of Mario 64 the way it's supposed to be, polygonal. But at the same time, they did kind of up-res it to make it more high definition, sharper graphics and stuff like that, but kept the art style of it. So I really appreciated that and didn't like remaster it. I know a lot of people are wanting a remaster, making it from the ground up look like Mario Odyssey, but I think that kind of takes the charm away from the N64 version of what it is and the lineage of it starting being the first 3D platformer game essentially. So I'm excited. I'm absolutely ecstatic at the news. There was so many announcements that people did not expect, like the Mario Kart Home Live. Like that was absolutely unexpected, and I was ecstatic. I was yelling at my TV. My son came up asking what it was. I showed him. He's excited. I'm excited. I think it's a definite pre-order for me. It looks like there's a Mario bundle and a Luigi bundle. They did talk about support for 4 players, but they didn't show any other bundles if there's like a Wario or Waluigi or Princess Peach and Bowser or something like that. So can't wait for them to announce those two. That's out in October. Unfortunately, they don't have the pre-orders up yet in Canada for that. The pre-orders for the game did go live, and what wasn't announced in the Direct was the two amiibo. The two new amiibos, the Cat Mario and Cat Peach, were officially announced in a tweet afterwards. Again, not sure why Nintendo didn't throw this in the Direct, but have those already pre-ordered. Really stoked about that. The new Mario 3D World, which was a remaster of the original game on the Wii U, they brought it over, added a brand new mode called Bowser's Fury. It looks like a whole new cat island with this crazy cat statue, cat-looking trees, cat flowers. It's nuts. I don't know if it's going to be a whole slew of levels or a boss or maybe just a collection of 3 or 4 challenging levels. We don't know, but it looks really exciting. Another reason to dive into that game. And then there was talks about the original Super Mario Brothers was basically getting re-released on a Game & Watch, a limited edition Game & Watch that plays the original game. It includes the Japanese sequel, which is called in America, it was called the Super Mario Brothers: The Lost Levels. So that is being included in addition to, of course, the watch feature, which tells the time. There's 35 secrets in there for the 35th anniversary. Looks pretty cool. Not something I'm going to get. If it was a Game Boy Classic, I'd be a lot more inclined to look at that, but just the Game & Watch is not my style. What else did they jump on? Oh yeah, they talked about for specifically exclusively for online subscribers, we have the Super Mario Brothers, the first game that's now being playable multiplayer against 35 players. So sort of like Tetris Attacks, crazy multiplayer experience battle royale. Instead of it 99 players, it's 35 for the 35th anniversary. You play through the game and kind of a race to get through it first, but in addition to that, as you kill enemies, those enemies now appear in someone else's game to try to do more damage to them. So you have to be the last one standing or the first one to finish the game, I guess, is the way to get that win. So definitely looks like something I want to try. It's oddly enough, all these game announcements, the Mario Kart, the 3D Mario All-Stars, what did I just talk about? The online Mario Brothers competition thing. All of this is only available until March. It's a limited time thing. They talked about limited edition physical copies, and then digitally it's only available until March. Now, I think it's very odd that they specifically stated March, but I'm going to give you my theories at the end of this particular segment. Let's just finish what else they discussed. They talked about a bunch of new Mario content surrounding a bunch of their games. New Smash Brothers tournament surrounding Mario characters. New Mario-themed stuff in Animal Crossing. A Mario-themed Splatfest in Splatoon. They talked about new levels in Super Mario Maker 2. Again, obviously Mario-themed. Yeah, it just was absolutely crazy with the amount of love and stuff that they've been pushing out for Mario's 35th anniversary. This is how they do it right. They talked about releasing the original Mario All-Stars to the SNES Virtual Console, or SNES, on Nintendo Online app, if you want to call it that, to play the Super Nintendo game. So that's available immediately. Yeah, it was just pandemonium. And then they talked about just merch, clothes. They have a lot of stuff on the Nintendo World Store in New York, but obviously with COVID, not a lot of people can get out there, so they are offering it on their online store. They showcased some specialty Puma sneakers. They showcased some specialty overalls and a bunch of other merch. So really exciting time. This is how they did it right. Announced a new game, the 3D Mario All-Stars, that was kind of rumored and kind of floating around. And then, porting Super Mario 3D World with some new content. I was really excited. I am a little shocked, though, that they didn't put this in an actual, full direct. Why didn't they do this 2 weeks ago? The partner direct and then the direct mini partner showcase. They could have put all that in one giant direct with all this Mario information. It would have been a great direct, and threw Pikmin in there just to have something that wasn't Mario related, and it would have been a great 40 minutes. I don't understand why they had to break this out and make 3 smaller announcements and shadow drop them too. Why was there no notice about this huge Mario 35th anniversary event? I thought that was really strange. The 3D All-Stars is coming out in September 18th. That's just a week and a half away. It just is so weird of Nintendo not to have this. This should have been announced back during E3. Their big E3 direct should have been announced, and it wasn't. It just seems really weird that they don't have an official huge direct with all this information. They did a direct on Mario. I guess this is the big Nintendo Direct. They did a couple of mini partner directs throughout the year, but no big Nintendo Direct. So I thought that was really strange. I really hope Nintendo gets their act together and kind of puts all this together in one big outlet. I don't understand why they waited and broke it up into smaller venues when they could have showed all of this in June in one giant Direct. It just didn't make sense to me. But maybe they just weren't sure on getting the shipments out for these products in time. Jumping back to the Mario Kart home live thing. So basically you're controlling an actual race car, like an RC remote control car, with Mario driving around the living room, but you're controlling it through your Switch. That's the cool thing. So, my son has a Mario and Luigi, remote control cars you can drive around. The issue with that is if you're racing around the couch and stuff like that, you have to walk around the couch to kind of see where they are, because if you lose sight of it, it's hard to control them if you can't see what's going on. But because they have this built-in camera on the car, you can be sitting on the couch and drive your car to another room and still see what's going on like you're playing a video game. So I thought that was really, really cool. I like it could really remote drive this car and not have to be walking around the house following your car as you drive it. You can make this crazy track. It essentially paints the track virtually in your room, depending on where you set up these 4 Labo-esque markers or checkpoints, if you will, and then as you run through them, it creates the track that you've driven across your room. You can set up ramps, you can set up real 3D objects, obstacles. It all picks that up by the camera. And then of course there's 2-player mode. You can put it in the Luigi Kart, and then as you throw items and shells and stuff and you hit the opponents, if it's a physical driver like Luigi, it'll stop the car. If it's a digital driver, obviously they spin out and stuff, just like it's like you're playing the game. So I thought that was really, really cool. I'm really excited for that. Hoping that the pre-orders come up soon, and hopefully we can grab one before they sell out. But it's a really smart way of doing their toys to life. This is a toy you can get, just like the Labo was something you can build. It's tactile, that increases the game experience. This is another way of getting that Mario Kart experience and just making it more realistic. So I thought that was phenomenal. I don't know what else I can say. I'm really stoked about the 3D All-Stars. Like I said, I already have it pre-ordered. I cannot wait to get my hands on that. Replay Mario 64, replay Sunshine, and Galaxy again. So it's great that they have them on the Switch. But getting back to what I said. So, that was the Direct as a whole. Lots of Mario announcements. It was all focused specifically on Mario. But the craziest news to me was that a lot of this stuff was all exclusive or only available until March. Now, everyone's thinking, well, why March? Why is it only a 6-month thing? Why wouldn't you release the game and have it available for years to come? Well, here's my thoughts. Here's my predictions. I'm saying it here now for you guys. I ultimately think that the Switch Pro is definitely coming. There's been rumors about it all year. And then they said, no, it's not coming. It's not coming. We're doing a Switch Lite. And then they released a revision of the original Switch, and people thought those were the 2 Switches. But nope, the Switch Pro, there has been more rumor surfacing. It is coming. It makes sense for them to make a more powerful model to handle, better graphics, obviously better battery life, and give more third-party support for more people to port their games over and not have it look really, really awful in comparison to the Nintendo first-party stuff. But March 30th, the original Switch launched in March 3rd to be specific, 2017. It came with Breath of the Wild, which also launched March 3rd, 2017. Next year is the 35th anniversary of Zelda, so stay with me here. My prediction is Breath of the Wild 2 will be released next year in March to coincide exactly with the release date of the first one. So it'll be a March release. It's a great time frame. It gets the launch away from the consoles, the PS5 and the Xbox Series X, which was due out this fall. So it kind of gives people time after Christmas to save their money and then have this big explosion of new content. So they're celebrating Mario, have all this Mario to go through to kind of help compete against the next gen stuff and to carry them over until next year. Next year, Switch Pro launches in March. Zelda 35th anniversary kicks off in March with Breath of the Wild 2, and then I'm expecting throughout the year we're going to get a Skyward Sword HD remake that's going to be available. They did talk about the rumors with the Switch Pro having some new controller capabilities, so I think it's probably going to have some better motion control and some other features that's going to help with that Skyward Sword port, as well as some other Wii U ports that are coming over, and possibly some Wii ports that they want to bring over and have better support with the Joy-Cons. I'm hoping that the new Switch Pro will fix a lot of the issues with the existing Joy-Con, like the Joy-Con drift and the desyncing issue, or if you're more than 10 feet, it doesn't work sometimes. So I'm hoping that will all get addressed with this Pro, because I'm definitely looking forward to getting a newer, updated Switch with more power. But yeah, Breath of the Wild 2, you're hearing it from me. It's going to launch next year in March. Kick off the 35th anniversary of Zelda. We're going to get the Switch Pro, a Skyward Sword HD. I'm not sure if they're going to bring over the HD remasters of Wind Waker and Twilight Princess, which was done on the Wii U, but again, to sell more copies, it is already done. There's no reason why they can't just bring it back over to Switch. So I wouldn't be surprised if that came over. But what I'm also expecting, and here's another prediction, is on the GameCube, they released a remaster, or not a remaster, essentially a port, an all-stars, if you will, of Legend of Zelda 1, Legend of Zelda 2, Link to The Adventure of Link, and then Ocarina of Time and Majora's Mask. They brought that onto the GameCube disc. Sorry, it was Ocarina of Time and Ocarina of Time Master Quest. I don't know if Majora's Mask was on that disc, but my prediction is they're going to come up with a sort of all-star discs where they're going to have Ocarina of Time and Majora's Mask on a disc. I don't know if they'll include the original links because they're already on the Nintendo Virtual Console or the Nintendo Switch Online app, however you want to call it. But yeah, Ocarina of Time, Majora's Mask, I'm calling it right now, will be ported to Switch. Probably better than the 3DS ports, probably a little bit more HD polished up, like the Twilight Princess and the Wind Waker treatments were. Maybe fix some issues. Skyward Sword, like I said, is expected to come. So I think that'd be great. They have that come over, or they do a 3D Zelda All-Stars and they have Ocarina of Time, Majora's Mask, and then they can throw in the Wind Waker and the Twilight Princess just to have one bundle. There's an instant $60 buy for anyone that's looking for that. And then the Skyward Sword HD is a separate $60 purchase. So that's my prediction. I think that's happening next year for the 35th anniversary of Zelda. I don't know what else they could possibly do, some Zelda content across all the games, but I think that's what we're going to see. I think that's going to be the big surprise next year. New Switch Pro, calling it right now. But what do you think, fans? I mean, that's my thoughts on what we discovered in this current direct with all the Mario information, and then what's coming up next year, again with the potential of the Zelda 35th anniversary. But let me know, what do you think? Do you think my predictions are right? Do you have any crazy wild predictions of what we can expect to see next year? Do you think the March 3rd date, the March end date for all this Mario stuff is because they are launching a new Switch platform and they're probably going to have some new features, compatibility things kind of going on, and the new Zelda year, and you're trying to get people to buy stuff now before the change in hardware? What do you think? Let me know. Drop a comment below. If you like to support us here at Nerds Talk, subscribe to the channel, click that like button, and as always, friends, stay nerdy.